When it comes to eating healthy and exercising, this is one of the toughest times of the year to stay on track. If you're like most Americans, you'll probably gain a few pounds between now and New Year's. To help keep us all motivated, we brought in fitness expert Neal Spruce. Neal was one of the top bodybuilders in our country and currently the CEO of DotFit. Great to have you here, Neal.
Thanks, Teresa. Glad to be here.
So tell me what DotFit is all about.
Well, we're actually an R&D fitness programming company for your more sophisticated health clubs. We design the member plans. When members join health clubs, they think that they work out and they get to their goal. It doesn't work that way. There's really 24 hours in a day, not just the hour in the health club, but the other 23 out. So mapping the nutrition programs for them according to their goal is what we do inside all our clubs, which is why our clubs do so well as far as getting member results.
Makes sense. And Neal, you have a lot of experience in this field.
Yes, I do.
But tell us about it. I mean, you were the top bodybuilder.
Yeah, during the 80s, and I came right after Arnold, so I'm one of the lucky guys that actually made a living at it. Not very much, of course, but I was able to do that. And then I built the businesses really on the back of what I learned through bodybuilding, and that was, of course, I built the original one with Gold's Gym Nutrition Program. We launched them in those, and then after that we went to Apex Fitness, and then 24 Hour Fitness, and then National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Right?
Yeah. So we built some pretty big companies, and it's all about getting more people aware of fitness, and it's not just exercise. Of course, it's the nutrition component. It really is the biggest.
Now, before we get into how to kind of cope with the holidays here, what do you say to somebody that says, "I just don't have time. I can't get in there. I can't do it"?
Yeah. Well, you got to make it, number one. But the other part is, and it's a good point you bring up, Teresa, because some people really feel like they don't, or they work so many hours when they get home, they deserve to be able to just take it easy.
Right.
But basically, you were sitting at work too. You know what I mean?
guess
The whole
that's a good
time.
point.
So you're just sitting, and sitting. I call it hurrying up to sit somewhere else. So there's many other ways to work out. You can walk, right? There's things that you can do at home. You can stand in our offices. We actually, in 8 hours in the office, we stand 4 hours while we work on the computer. So we have stand-up desk, and then we sit the other 4. So we're moving constantly and getting up. So you're burning twice as many calories just by standing. And if you walk, you can burn 2.5 times more calories just if you pace a little bit.
Walking's easy. We can do that.
When you're on the phone, you can do that. So there's a lot of other ways, and not just, pumping iron and doing hard cardio. You can do in between, but you do want to do some resistance exercise.
All right, so let's talk about these Christmas parties. People are heading out the door too.
Yeah.
How do you kind of plan ahead, I suppose?
Well, and that's the right. Well, you're saying it just right. Plan ahead. But I love to party. Okay, and I've earned it after being an athlete for 41 years. And retiring at that point, I said, okay, I've earned it now. I can pretty much do what I want. But I plan it. So it's all about calories. Calories in, calories out. If you remember one thing today, don't forget that for every calorie you take in, you can negate it by every calorie you put out, which is your exercise. Or when I say exercise, movement. You don't have to exercise. So just know that if you're gonna go indulge, and listen, I don't want to stop you from indulging because I really enjoy the holidays.
Tis the season, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So I will indulge, and then of course what I'll do is I'll eat a little bit less, but I'll eat still frequently during the day. But before I get to the function, we'll eat a ton, right? You can't stop that. You just kind of do that, and everybody loves that. That's part of the celebration. But then the next day, I walk it off. I spend a little more time moving and walking, especially if you're Christmas shopping. Get out there and walk the malls. Don't
avoid the escalator.
Yeah, don't do it online. Just move around and look around and spend your time walking. And that you can help knock off all those calories. And then 2 or 3 more days, you do the same thing. And next thing you know, you can go to the next function and
well, it's great. I'm happy to hear you say you don't have to give it up.
You don't, and that's really the point. But and if you want the old tips are portion control. Just snack on carrots and celery.
Yeah, because that's fun.
I've got to have that Abate pizza. I love
we
that
all
stuff.
do.
I think we all got to have that. So we got to save room for that, and you can do that, and just move a little bit more. Just make it up. You don't have to. Now,
Neal, what do you say to someone that says, "I'm not going to eat breakfast. I'm not going to eat lunch. I'm just going to go to this party"?
Yeah, that's a little too much. Because your metabolism kind of dies out during that period of time. It kind of goes into this place where it's not feeling good, and you're going to really overindulge.
Right.
And especially if alcohol is involved.
Oh, sure. I think people forget the calories in alcohol.
Yeah, there's a lot there. So you want to drink low-calorie drinks like wine spritzers or something that and kind of sip them, throughout the day, not
throughout the day.
Evening. I'm sorry.
But at the party,
say that?
right?
Yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, it started early. No, but yeah, you definitely you don't want to do that. Just smack. Nutrition bars are great. They actually can fill you up. The ones with a little bit higher protein will fill you up. Protein satiates you a little more, gives you that feeling of fullness. Have just maybe some protein snacks during the day, and then you can indulge that evening.
Sounds great. And while I have you here, I should ask you, are carbs the enemy?
No, you got to separate good from bad carbs.
You do.
I mean, yeah, you need whole wheat products. We know people live longer and better if they eat whole wheat products, and that's, of course, carbohydrate, but you got to think of the non-fibrous carbs are the ones that are bad. So when you take all the grains out of the breads, and so forth, and all the pasta, and you take all the grains out of it, then you're really left with nothing but a long sugar molecule.
You don't need that.
Yeah, you don't really need that. So you try to stick with the whole grains, but you're not going to always. That's fine. You have a little bit of it there, but just it's the bad carbs. Everybody knows what the bad carbs are.
It's candy, it's
Cokes,
the sugar, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Any kind of sodas and candies and any of those things. Those are obvious ones you want to stay away from.
Very good. Neal, I know tonight there's an upcoming seminar. What are people going to find out?
Well, today, I'm actually out here because the Edge Fitness is launching this Biggest Loser contest starting in January.
Great.
So a lot of the members are going to be coming in, not just members, this is open to non-members, so that's a big thing. Remember, anybody can come to this tonight. It starts at 6 o'clock. There's going to be a little exercise group.
Okay.
They're working out with our trainers, and it's all free to the public. My seminar is going to be right after that at 7 o'clock, and we're really going to be talking about what we call the 4 pillars of fitness. So how you combine nutrition with exercise to actually get to your goals. All the people that get involved with our programs either get to their goal or know exactly why they didn't. That's kind of the whole thing. So we're having a Biggest Loser contest that we're not saying. So a lot of people are going to sign up that night. So come down and do that, and we're going to. It's going to be starting in January, but you got to get signed up early.
Yeah, that'll motivate you through the holiday season
that's
as
the thing.
well.
People have to have an endpoint.
There you go. And that seminar is happening tonight in Hamden, open to the public over at Edge Fitness.
Yep.
Neal, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.